The Omen is one of horror cinema's true classics, blending supernatural terror with religious prophecy in a slow-burning but unforgettable story. American diplomat Robert Thorn is devastated when his newborn son dies at birth. To spare his grieving wife, Robert secretly adopts another baby without telling her the truth. Years later, strange accidents, mysterious deaths, and increasingly disturbing events surrounding their son Damien lead Robert to uncover a horrifying possibility. His child may be the Antichrist. As far as protagonists go, Robert Thorn is a compelling lead because he's not your typical horror hero. He's a rational man who refuses to believe in supernatural explanations until the evidence becomes impossible to ignore. Watching him slowly unravel as everything he thought he knew falls apart is one of the film's greatest strengths. His journey from skepticism to desperate acceptance feels believable and emotionally grounded. As for antagonists, Damien himself is terrifying precisely because he does so little. He's just a child, yet his presence creates constant unease. The real villains are the mysterious forces protecting him. The devoted nanny, the possessed animals, the sinister followers, and the invisible evil manipulating events from the shadows. The film wisely lets the audience fear what they can't fully see. The story unfolds at a deliberate pace, slowly revealing its secrets instead of relying on constant scares. Every shocking event raises the stakes until the investigation becomes a race against destiny itself. Even decades later, the plot remains gripping because it focuses on dread rather than spectacle. The screenplay is smart for the most part, restrained, and trusts the audience to piece together the mystery without excessive exposition. The dialogue is natural and effective, serving the story without becoming overly dramatic. It allows the tension and performances to carry the emotional weight. Gregory Peck delivers one of the strongest performances of his career, portraying a father torn between love and unimaginable horror. Remick is equally convincing as Catherine, whose growing fear and mental decline are genuinely heartbreaking. Harvey Stephens, as young Damien, barely speaks, yet his cold stare has become one of horror's most iconic images. Billie Whitelaw's chilling performance as Mrs. Baylock is unforgettable, stealing nearly every scene she's in. The Omen is psychological horror at its finest. Instead of overwhelming viewers with gore, The Omen builds an atmosphere of constant dread. The shocking deaths are memorable, but what truly lingers is the feeling that fate itself is working against the characters. Jerry Goldsmith's legendary score adds another layer of menace, making even ordinary scenes feel deeply unsettling. Now, it's hard to find a film that has no flaws, and The Omen does have a few. So, Robert spends most of the movie ignoring literally every giant neon warning sign imaginable. Mysterious priest says your son is the Antichrist, and he's like, nah, it can't be. Nanny hangs herself at a birthday party while screaming that it's all for Damien, and he just takes it as just one of those awkward family gatherings. A photographer keeps discovering death predictions in his pictures. Perhaps he thinks it's probably just a weird camera filter. And when literally everyone around your child starts dying in increasingly creative ways. Maybe it's time to stop saying, there must be a logical explanation. There is also nothing particularly indicative of the son wanting his mother dead. But that's the conclusion Catherine comes to. Yes, there are ominous signs she sees with Damien, but nothing that can indicate that he wants her to die. Some of these are merely for the sake of convenience and simple plot devices. That being said, the positives outweigh the negatives in this film. So what's our final verdict? The Omen remains one of the greatest supernatural horror films ever made. It relies on atmosphere, excellent performances, unforgettable music, and an overwhelming sense of doom rather than cheap jump scares. While its slow pace may not appeal to everyone, patient viewers are rewarded with one of the most influential and genuinely chilling horror films ever created. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more movie reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.